where I need some music. Insert intro music here. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the officially the second, but it's really the third Uncanny Thoughtstream. And this week, I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I really want to go through Google My Business and how to update your Google My Business listing, how to improve it, and really what we want to look at is like, what is Google My Business? Why is it important? And what can it do for your business? So let's get right to it. We're gonna jump right into a web screen. So this is actually our most recent blog post that we just posted yesterday. 7 ways to promote your products on Facebook. Definitely something you should check out kind of after this. This gives you some ways of doing it with Shopify. It explains how to use calls to action and things like that as well to take advantage of really getting people, who are who are fans of your products on Facebook, and then convincing them to do stuff with your website and with your store and buying your products. So yeah, that's just the most recent blog post that we've done. But in the meantime, let's talk about Google My Business. So Google My Business is really this thing that you're going to see in the side when somebody searches for your business name. So in this case, I've searched for Managed Comics. So my Managed Comics information comes up. It's everything from our map address to our opening hours, phone number, extra information, reviews, all that good stuff is here. So this is something really, really important for you to control. And it's important for you to understand how to control it. So first of all, if on this thing you see somewhere around here, claim this listing, that means that yes, you have a Google My Business listing, but somebody else has created it for you. So you're definitely going to want to claim that listing. So it may be that it was kind of programmatically created by Google themselves, or it may be that somebody, one of your customers, one of your fans, whatever, created this for you. So make sure you get in there, claim it. When you claim it, they'll actually send a physical meat space postcard to your house, or to your business, I should say, and then you'll enter a code in, which will get you into it. One of the things we've done at North IQ, which is the parent company of Managed Comics, a year ago we actually wrote, we did a online course called the 1 Hour Hero. It took place over 16 weeks. It was about a year ago, like now. Like I think we were halfway through it when the pandemic hit, because I quickly kind of converted a couple of classes due to what was going on in the world. But the I think second or third thing that we talked about was Google My Business, and this is a really, really important thing. So this is a paid course, the 1 Hour Hero, but we have made Google My Business the free thing. So if you want to just follow along this, you'll this is exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to understand what Google My Business listing is. We're going to update your basic info. We're going to update your hours. We're going to find out where to set special hours. So things like Easter's coming up, so we'll set some special hours. I'm going to set some vacation time around us not being available. We're going to add some pictures. We're going to learn how to respond to reviews, and we're going to talk about why this is really, really important. And then we're also going to talk really briefly about service areas. Now, service areas probably won't apply to your business unless you're planning on offering kind of service outside of your physical store. So if you got a mail order subscription service that you want to offer, then that's where service areas could definitely come into play. But otherwise, I think just the regular Google My Business will be where you're at. So again, we were looking at the Managed Comics thing, and so this kind of goes over the key points of it. It's your business name, your picture, your logo, and videos. It's your address information and contact information, which is super key. Because having this updated, especially if you move, if your location moves, which a lot of shops are doing that right now, um, you need to have that updated really quickly. Store hours are super key, and I can't stress enough how important it is to have your store hours accurately reflected anywhere that you have store hours. So if you keep them on your website, have them updated on your website. If you keep them on Facebook, update them on Facebook. If you have them on Google, update them on Google. If you can't keep them updated on any of those places, then slowly scale back where they are. I would recommend like linking to your Google listing if you want to only maintain it in one place, because that's the place that's going to get you the most kind of traffic. And honestly, it's the easiest place to update it. And when we get to the store hours part, you're going to be blown away by how easy this is. Reviews, users can leave reviews for your store. It's super important that you reply to all reviews, negative and positive, because Google basically uses this as a metric to say, is this store a going concern? Is it busy? Is it responsive? So this will actually affect all of your listings, and that's one of the cool things about Google My Business is this is the easiest way to improve your local search engine optimization is by improving your Google My Business listing. It's super easy. Like in 30 minutes, we are 6 minutes in, and all I've done is talk about it. You'll be amazed that within 20 minutes, we'll have this whole thing done. So, step one, we're going to log into Google My Business. There's a convenient link right here. When you log into it, you need to have a Google account, like a Gmail address. If you have an existing Gmail account, you can use this to set it up. I like to have a Google account specifically for my business, and I use that one to set this up. So step two, you're going to enter your business's address. If your business doesn't have a physical location or it's mobile, you can use the service area. So we do have a separate topic on using Google My Business for service areas. You're going to choose next whether you want your business address to appear on Google Maps. If you're running a business without a physical location, you probably won't want that, but you will want to have the pin on Google Maps if you have a physical location. Then you're going to enter your business category. So this is kind of a NAICS type category. There's tons and tons of different categories, but you choose a primary and then you can choose secondary things, and don't worry too much about these because you can always change them later. Enter your phone number and a website URL, and there'll be a verification option where you can select a phone number, or in a lot of cases you're going to be prompted to have a postcard sent to your location, especially if Google for whatever reason already had your location on their map. Yeah, so that's that. So let's get right into it. So again, I've already created that because that stuff is super routine, and if you follow those step-by-step directions, like it's literally that easy to get your account set up. But once you're in there, once you're logged in, there's a lot of stuff we can do. So we're going to start out just with the basics. This is kind of the home page that you get dropped onto. You're going to see some performance information. You'll see links to the latest posts. I've literally only posted once 2 years ago. Probably should do more, but I don't really find it that useful to update posts. The most important stuff is on the info tab. So on the info tab, you can change, your company name and your software information. You can see what it looks like on search. You can see what it looks like on maps. So these are really, really quick kind of links into your business so that you can see your info. Oops. So here's my address. I can change that. I've set this up with service areas. So I have a bunch of different service areas where managed comic services. And this is our hours. So, Monday to Friday, we're in from 9 to 5, but I'm going to add some special hours. So again, that's more hours. So I can add information about delivery or pickup hours or something like that might be different. But we're going to update a couple of our holiday hours. So it's giving you the option to confirm Yeah, we'll leave Good Friday that. Easter, we're closed, obviously, and Easter Monday, we're going to be closed. So I'll save that. And now on my listing, usually within a few hours, you'll see this. Now, what's interesting about the listing is it kind of only shows you like a week at a time in terms of hours. So I can see, this week through Wednesday. Um, yeah, and I think Easter is actually next weekend, so that's why we're not seeing that right now. Update my phone number. This is a short code for your Google My Business listing, so you can update that. And this is my Google Analytics code that I've put in there. And this lets us, through Google Analytics, be able to track some of the links that are coming to us. Let's see. I'm just going to pop this guy over here so that you can see some of the stuff along the side. Yeah, you can close your business temporarily or permanently. And then reviews, really, really important. So if you have any reviews, this is the place you'll respond to those reviews, and you'll find the reviews down here, right about here. So yeah, I guess I should start soliciting people to leave reviews for Managed Comics because it is a really, really key piece of the Google pie. Photos, super easy to use. Add photos. Now I've added a bunch of photos for Managed Comics that you see in the photo listings here. So if you just kind of want to get a feel for what our office looks like, there you go. Haven't been to that office in almost a year now. That was our lovely office. Both my partner Craig and I have been working from home for the last year. Oh, our boardroom. Sigh. That's actually my stage behind me. POS system. We've been doing some tests with the Square POS, and that was our front door. Oh, this is so nostalgic. Yeah, so you can update your photos. Super easy to add a photo. You click the little plus button. You drag your photos, or I'll drag a Superman cover here. So we can drag a photo in there, and boom, that's up. So just gonna delete that because we don't really want that there. There's other things like you can add products. This is an interesting thing, but if you're using something like Shopify, this actually gets done for you. So I wouldn't recommend adding it through this interface. It'll just be one more place that you'll have to kind of manage it. You can add services and information about your services and what you do. You can also add your website. You can create a website. Don't do this if you actually have a website, but if you don't, this would probably be a fairly quick way of getting a website up if you need it. But yeah, if it doesn't really have a lot of sales things and that kind of stuff. So that's our important stuff about Google My Business. Like I said, you can then review your information. You can post and update your hours. So the hours updating, you saw how easy that was. That I think is probably, again, that's under info. So you're going to go info and you're going to go hours. And yeah, it's super, super easy to add your hours. It says that it can take up to 3 days. I find that it's usually up within an hour or so. Oh yeah, insights. This is a really good one. So we'll go into here and we can see kind of how many people are searching for us and the ways they're searching. So people who are looking for a business name, there were 88 direct searches in the last month. Just discovery, so people who are looking for probably comic software or subscription software are finding us this way. So 539 searches got there. Branded would be, I actually don't know how that works. You can also see your advertising here, and here's where you see the maps versus the search results. So we can see that 120 listings on maps versus 11 listings on search. So that's people looking for Managed Comics itself. Customer actions, so what they do afterwards, how many of them go to my website. And direction requests. That's interesting. Phone calls, photo views. Yeah, our photos are getting viewed quite a bit. Photo quantity, customer photos versus owner photos. That's hilarious. Um, yeah, so that's the insights page. What else does Google? What else do we say? Add pictures, reviews, optimize. So yeah, ensure your information is always accurate, comprehensive, and up to date. This is really, really vital. We go in and check ours. We just log in at least once a month just to make sure things look good. I try and keep our holiday hours updated, which again gives Google a signal that things are happening with your business. Um, Add a cover photo. So we've added that little cute uh, star field kind of thing as our cover photo. Add your logo. So in the photos, those are two of the options. This is your cover and this is your logo. So we've made sure our logo and cover are up to date. Ask for reviews and then respond to them. So again, these are for North IQ. We've done quite a bit of seeking out reviews and then we respond to them. That's Peter from All New Comics, who gave us a really great review, and then we respond to that stuff. Speak directly to your customers through the Google My Business messages. So these kind of things are important, even though we don't really use them. But if anybody ever does send you a message through your business profile, you'll see it in your email. Make sure that you respond to that because again, that's another signal that Google uses um, to monitor your kind of overall viability of the business. Yeah, you can add posts to share information about your business. I noticed when I came in recently that it asked me to, yeah, it asked me a few things about kind of COVID related. So mark if I'm open, mention that these are my business opening days. It asked about, mask required, temperature check, appointment required, mask required for staff, temperature check, and staff required to disinfect. So, I answered all those questions. Probably just good COVID information that's on all Google My Businesses now. And I'm not sure where that information goes on the listing, but I know I've seen like COVID-19 information on listings before. So yeah, that's interesting. What else do we have to talk about? Creating posts. So again, I don't really do this. I just find it kind of onerous, and we create blog posts and we create all kinds of social media posts. So we don't really do the posts on Google My Business, just because I haven't really seen much of a benefit from them, to be totally honest. So that's it. All in all, this should take you less than, I'd say, 15-20 minutes to get this all done. So that's your Manage Comics thought stream for the week. Next week, I'm actually pretty excited. I have purposely let my social medias kind of manage comics. So I've let our social medias kind of run out of content. So next week, I'm actually going to do a live stream where I go through how we manage our social medias. So I basically once a month update a whole bunch of blog posts. So I'll have a text document with all the text that I want to write, which I'll kind of create beforehand. I'll source all of my images. I have some Photoshop kind of filters that I use, which I'll show you how I create my cutesy little images here. And then I use a tool called Buffer to plan out about a month's worth of blog posts, or sorry, social media posts. So we'll go through that next week. And yeah, in the meantime, if anybody has any questions, send them to help@managecomics.com. I will answer anything here on the thought stream every week. And yeah, hope you really take advantage of this whole Google My Business thing. Ah, that reminds me. So it was 1 year ago, about now that we launched the 1 Hour Hero, we've turned it into a really cool online course. It's 16 lessons. There's 15 kind of mini topics inside of it. It's everything from getting set up with Google My Business, understanding search engine optimization, Google Analytics, and knowing where your customers are coming from and how to really configure your Google Analytics, collecting emails and building a customer database, which if you're on Shopify, this is vital. We will be updating this particular topic fairly soon. I'm kind of in the middle of writing a whole Shopify course, and that course is going to be around not just setting up, because I think the setup is something honestly best left to professionals. You can do it, but there's a lot of little places where you can go wrong. So, once you're set up, once your MailChimp is set up, once your emails are all being communicated, then it's really important to have those emails and be communicating with your customer database really effectively. How, why, and when to email your customers, how to survey your customers. We wrote this last year around this time about crisis communication because suddenly everybody was sending emails about how the pandemic was affecting them and how you could shop with them. So it was really, really important that we get this information out. And I think this is still information that's important no matter what. There's always going to be a crisis. It could be as simple as the water main on your main street breaking, or it could be as complex as a global pandemic that changes the way that we live and work. But there's always crises, and it's important to know how to communicate during them. Surveying your customers, social media for your business. So this is kind of a variation of the topic we're going to talk about next week. How to get media attention. What's a landing page and why do you need them? Advertising, essential accounting. All this stuff I think is super vital to any business that's running. And we have a deal with AppSumo where it's $67 for life. So you can go ahead and sign up for it on AppSumo. The link is down in the comments below of this video. And so if you go to AppSumo and sign up, you get it for $67, which is $100 off what it would cost you if you bought it through us. But yeah, you'll definitely get your money's worth out of it. Every lesson takes less than 1 hour. Most of them take about half an hour. So 16 hours to transform your business. I think that's a pretty good return on your investment. So highly recommend you at least check out the 1 Hour Hero. And that is the Thoughtstream for this week, March the 25th. And tune in next week, same bat time, same bat channel at the YouTube Managed Comics Uncanny Thoughtstream.